Hey, how you guys doing? I'm actually right in front of the San Diego River. Yes, we have a river. It used to be a lot bigger a long time ago, but it's kind of whittled away a little bit. Thinking about it, this might have been a lot like how native San Diego used to look before, you know, the buildings and the freeways and stuff. Over thousands of years, the San Diego River carved a 500-foot valley through the flatland. It was used as farmland until around the 1950s. This particular overpass links the 805 with the 8 and was completed around 1970. Just to build the overpasses, they had to build these huge columns of concrete across the 200-foot wide valley, hundreds of feet tall. I mean, they are enormous. Going back and forth from work, I kept noticing this building sticking out of the valley cliffs. And after learning that it was indeed an important part of San Diego, I had to go check it out, and soon felt some heavy nostalgia as I realized that I had been here before. I just noticed this little thing and wonder what it is. It's like a little guard tower. Let's go see what's up here. I just noticed the shape of the star in the middle here. Well, I'm up here in the tower and can't really see much. There's the church over there. The museum actually now. Got some cactus. You see my car over there. I could stand guard and make sure no one steals it. I remember my parents would bring me out to a park and we would play. And I would end up playing up on top of these walls. And they had trees that I could climb everywhere, trees everywhere. All of a sudden, we stopped going. And as I came here, I walked up the stairs, I walked up the hill into the museum, and down these little hills. And then I remembered the walls. All these childhood memories just started coming in. And I realized that this place was more special than I remembered. It appears I may have remembered a few field trips because my dad doesn't remember taking me there. But believe it or not, Presidio Hill was the birthplace of what would someday be the state of California. For within these walls, the Spanish built a little fort. This area of the hill is hilly. I'm assuming a lot of these are put here for a reason a long time ago. Little ditches. What you quickly learn is all these humps on Presidio Hill. Presidio Hill. What used to be buildings. This is where the main building here originally was. The cross is built from some of the leftover adobe bricks found in the ruins, but when it was first built in 1769, it was just a bunch of grass huts. I decided to check out the Father Junipero Serra Museum, the beautiful building that caught my attention, and inside they have a little reconstruction of what the place may have looked like around the late 1700s. As an area of middling height, the site was chosen because there used to be a good view of any ships entering the bay and actions of nearby Indian villages. Spain had claimed San Diego with the arrival of Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo in 1542, but after 200 years, they either had to settle the land or give it up to other nations waiting to settle it. Wow, look at this view from out this window. Just a little ways down the valley, the river passes by Qualcomm Stadium, which opened in 1967 as San Diego Stadium. The Super Bowl was played here 3 times, 1988, 1998, and 2003. The Chargers play here. Continuing east on the 8, we follow the river to where the San Diego Mission is now. In 1774, after not having a lot of luck converting natives to Christianity, Sarah decided to move the mission here, near the village of Napawi. Natives, through forced labor, built the buildings that was to become the church, and Sarah's priest went to work converting them. Though it seems as though the natives didn't like people coming into their land, enslaving them, and changing their culture. So one night in 1775, an uprising of 800 natives raided the church and set the mission on fire before the killing and attacking begun. Still, the missionary work continued, and the building was rebuilt in 1784. When Mexico won its independence from Spain in 1821, San Diego and its mission also became part of Mexico. The mission was secularized in 1834 and passed to the U.S. after the U.S. captured San Diego from Mexico, and the mission was used by the U.S. military. In 1862, President Abraham Lincoln gave ownership of the mission back to the Catholics. Yay! In one of the rooms, they also have a model of what the mission may have looked like in its heydays. It really gives you an idea of how much the land has changed over time. As calm as it is now, thinking of the rich history this mission has seen, it's impressive that it still stands. In the back, they are actually excavating the land to see what artifacts they can find. They also have some examples of the huts that natives used to live in and the rocks that they used to cook food in. There was just one problem though. They needed lots of water. Look, it's a lizard. Hey. Hey. Alright, so let's go down this trail. It's pretty cute. It's pretty cool, man. All the mountains and stuff. Can you imagine just living out here on your own? I think it'd be terrible. Oh wow. I don't know if you can make this out. It's really eroded though. There's plants growing on it now. Wow. I wonder what it used to mean. I'm sitting right now in the middle of a gully. Now, a gully is basically a small little indent in land that has been carved out by erosion from things like rainwater and stuff. So, the example here is rainwater comes and falls down the mountains down here, and it pours down a little stream that eventually comes down through here, and with that water comes a lot of the dust and sediment and rocks that were further up. Now it's coming down. As it does, it creates a large gap. Now, if a gap becomes larger, it becomes a gorge. And if a gorge becomes larger, it becomes a valley. If a valley becomes larger, it becomes a canyon. The natives used to walk these trails where they built a small dam in 1813. The first irrigation project of the Pacific coast, the dam created a small lake for people on the missions to come and collect drinking water. So, I'm on the wall of the dam here, and if you look at the water here, it's all green algae. As I said before, the river, as it goes downstream, it takes dust and debris and little children down with it, and eventually takes it down the waterfall, where it transforms into green algae and continues to go down. All the way past the old Mission Dam, through Mission Gorge, all the way down past the mission itself in Qualcomm Stadium, through Mission Valley, past the old Presidio, down Mission Bay and Mission Beach, into the oblivion of the Pacific Ocean, where it is evaporated into clouds. The clouds move inland, and the rain falls down on the Cuyamaca Mountains, and the cycle continues. Thank you.